I was rejected, hunted, and claimed in the same night. First, my mate broke our bond in front of the entire pack and walked away like I meant nothing. Then the forest turned against me. Wolves chased my scent. Shadows followed my footsteps. The moon watched in silence while I ran for my life. That's when he found me. The man who bit me wasn't my mate. He was a cursed king, desperate to stay alive. His teeth pierced my skin. His mark burned into my neck. And in that moment, my fate was stolen. I thought the bond meant protection. I thought it meant belonging. I didn't know he needed my power to survive. I didn't know the blood waking inside me came from ancient tyrants who once ruled through fear. Now something dark is moving beneath my skin. The moon is changing. Enemies are gathering. And the power growing inside me, it doesn't heal. It doesn't forgive. It doesn't save. It destroys. And if I can't control it, the world will burn with me. If this story caught your attention, thank you for staying with me. Stories like this take heart to write, and knowing someone is truly listening makes all the difference. I write to stir something inside you. Romance, emotion, and moments that linger long after the story ends. If you enjoy stories like this, please subscribe so these stories don't get lost in a sea of voices, and I can keep writing them for you. The bond snaps at midnight. I feel it before Kyle says the words, a tearing sensation behind my ribs, like something vital being ripped out through my spine. The sacred circle glows beneath us. Moon-carved symbols pulsing silver against dark earth. Everyone's watching. The entire pack, arranged in ceremonial rings around the clearing, their eyes reflecting firelight. Kyle's hand is still on my shoulder. His touch burns. I reject you, Catherine Weber, as my mate and Luna. His voice doesn't waver. Mine does when I try to breathe. The pack exhales, one unified sound, somewhere between relief and pity. My knees want to buckle, but I lock them. Stand there. Let the silver light from the ritual circle climb up my legs like frost. Kyle, it's done. He pulls his hand away. I search his face for something. Regret. Hesitation. That warmth I'd seen 3 nights ago when he'd kissed me and whispered that I was beautiful. Nothing. Eleanor steps forward from the crowd. Perfect. Honey gold hair that catches moonlight like a blessing, and that smile sharp and satisfied. She moves to Kyle's side with the confidence of someone who's already won. The bond recognizes truth, she says. Kyle belongs with strength, with legacy, with someone who isn't me. The pack murmurs approval. I am the healer's daughter, 3rd generation Omega class. I have no legacy, no strength the pack measures in claws and dominance. Just silver light that flows through my palms when someone's dying. A gift they use but never celebrate. Kyle turns, walks away. Eleanor loops her arm through his, and the pack parts to let them through. The ceremony dissolves into celebration. I stand in the empty circle alone. My grandmother Lorraine finds me. She grips my elbow, nails biting through fabric. Walk, she hisses. Don't give them the satisfaction. We move through the crowd. People shift away, creating space like I'm contagious. Lorraine pulls me toward the forest edge. He's a fool. You have your mother's gift, Catherine. The old magic. They sense it. They use it. They take it. There's a difference. Her grip hardens. You need to go. Tonight. North. Catherine. To the territories. She presses something into my palm. Cold metal. A compass. Your mother would want you safe. What if North is worse? Her expression shifts. Something ancient moves behind her eyes. Then you'll learn to be worse too. She leaves me there. I turn north. The forest opens before me, dark and waiting. Behind me, Shadow Creek celebrates. Ahead, the territories. Wild lands ruled by an alpha king whose name people whisper like a curse. The cold thing in my stomach shifts, becomes something almost like anticipation. I step into the trees. The northern territories don't announce themselves. You feel them. The air changes colder, sharper, carrying scents that don't belong to any pack I know. Pine and smoke and something metallic, like blood. My feet ache. The white dress tangles around my legs, catching on thorns. Hours pass. The compass needle spins wildly, useless. My wolf stirs occasionally, weak, confused, wounded by the rejection. The trees thin without warning. I stumble into a clearing ringed by standing stones, each one taller than 3 men and carved with symbols that hurt to look at. They glow faintly, pulsing in rhythm with something I feel rather than hear. My legs give out. I collapse beside one of the stones. "Why?" I whisper. "Why wasn't I enough?" Then a presence. A low growl rolls through the ground. My head snaps up. A massive white wolf emerges from the darkness, towering, glowing, impossible. Its fur radiates moonlight. Its mismatched eyes, one ice blue, one molten gold, lock onto me. This is no ordinary wolf. This is a legend. It circles me, exhaling hot breath against my throat. My skin prickles where a mate mark should be, right where Kyle refused to place his teeth. "Please," I whisper. "Don't hurt me." The wolf stops. Then it lowers its head and drags its muzzle across my neck. Heat explodes under my skin. My wolf howls inside me, wild and desperate and alive. The wolf pulls back and shifts. A man stands before me, tall, broad, terrifyingly beautiful. His mismatched eyes burn through the darkness. He steps forward. "You were never meant for him. What are you?" He leans in. "Yours," he growls, then corrects. "No, you're mine." His palm curls around my jaw. And then his teeth sink into my neck. The claiming bite. Darkness pulls me under. I wake in a king's chamber. Carved stone ceiling. Ancient markings glowing silver. Massive furs on the walls. Weapons gleaming in rows. The bed carved from blackwood. I bolt upright. Pain flares at my neck. I clutch the spot where his teeth pierced me. The mate mark. Warm, pulsing, alive. "No." Footsteps echo. I whirl. Chad Calderon stands in the doorway, bare-chested. His mismatched eyes glow faintly ice blue and molten gold. "Why am I here?" He steps closer. "Because you ran into my territory. You bit me. You claimed me. Yes, you're my mate." My lungs strain. "No, my mate rejected me." His jaw flexes. He made the mistake of his life. "You crossed into the Northern Territories," he says. "But you were already bound to me." "That's impossible. We've never met. Fate met you long before I did." He sits on the edge of the bed. "You are a lunar wolf, Catherine." The words hit harder than Kyle's rejection. "No, I'm just a healer. You are the one thing my bloodline has been waiting for centuries. I'm nothing special. Your wolf fought my curse the moment you touched the ground. Your wolf recognized mine before you even saw me." My throat constricts. A memory flashes my wolf rising, desperate, howling for the white creature. Chad reaches out. His thumb brushes below the mate mark. I gasp. The world ignites. Heat floods my veins. My body leans toward his touch. "No, don't." I jerk away. "Stop. I'm not doing anything. You're responding to the bond. I didn't choose this." His expression shifts, almost guilt. "No, you didn't." Silence. "You should have let me die." He leans forward. "My curse is killing me. Every full moon, I lose more of myself. Only a true mate bond can hold my wolf. Only a lunar wolf can break the curse." My heart drops. "You claimed me because you needed a cure." He doesn't deny it. A knock slams through the room. A girl bursts in. "Catherine! Beverly! My best friend! You're alive!" "Beverly! How?" "I followed you north. I couldn't let you disappear alone." The door opens again. An elderly woman enters, silver hair braided. Lorraine Calderon, Chad's grandmother. She surveys me. "So, the lunar wolf awakens." "Stop calling me that." "You are," Lorraine interrupts. "And the Shadow Council will come for you." "Shadow Council?" Beverly echoes. "They hunt your kind. They always have." My blood runs cold. "Why?" "Because a lunar wolf can destroy or save the entire shifter world. And because the wrong mate bond could kill you." I look at Chad. Am I going to die? No, he vows. I won't let you. The ground trembles. A howl splits the air, earth shaking, territorial. Another wolf crossed the border, Lorraine says. My heart freezes. Kyle. Chad's eyes flash. He's come to reclaim what he threw away. He steps toward me, palms caging my face. You're mine. I won't let him touch you. Outside, Kyle's voice. Catherine, show yourself. Kyle's voice slams through the walls. Stay here, Chad orders. My spine snaps straight. Absolutely not. If Kyle crossed into your land because of me, I will face him. Beverly squeezes my arm. Kathy, no. I ran when he rejected me. I won't run from him again. Chad's eyes narrow. You would walk into the cold just to talk to the male who humiliated you. Maybe. But I'm going anyway. Chad smiles, slow, dangerous. Fine. Let's go greet your past. Warriors line the path, bowing as Chad passes. We crest a ridge. Below, at the border, Kyle stands in the snow. He looks smaller than I remember. Chad's wolves prowl at the border's edge, circling. Kyle sees us. Catherine. He takes one step forward. Every wolf growls. Wards flare between territories. Stop, Chad says. Take one more step and you die. Kyle freezes. Alpha King. He bows his head an inch. Beta. You crossed my line. Be grateful I'm lenient. I'm not here for you. I'm here for her. She doesn't belong to you, Chad says. She's my mate. You rejected me, I say. Remember? Kyle's expression frays. Catherine, I was wrong. Explain yourself, Chad demands. Kyle's eyes never leave my face. I smelled it. Your power. Eleanor warned me, she said if I bonded to you, you'd draw the Shadow Council. That they'd burn Shadow Creek to get to you. She said rejecting you was the only way to save everyone. Lorraine's grip tightens on her staff. Eleanor Boyd talks too much. The council would have come, Lorraine admits. But she twisted the truth. So I hurt her for nothing? Kyle's voice cracks. You hurt her because you were a coward, Lorraine says. Kyle flinches. I thought I was protecting you, he says to me. I thought if you hated me, you would leave. It was the only way I knew. You didn't even ask me, I whisper. You chose for me. Power tingles in my fingertips. Beverly gasps. Kathy, you're glowing. I look down. Tiny silver veins of light dance across my hands. The lunar wolf is waking, Lorraine says. The moon breaks through clouds. The wards flare. So do I. Kyle stares. You're beautiful. Chad bares his teeth. Careful, Beta. Footsteps crunch. Eleanor steps from the shadows. Enough. You're making a spectacle, Kyle. You followed me? Someone has to clean up your messes. Her eyes lock onto me. The little healer finally found out what she really is. The silver light flares. Choose, Catherine, Eleanor calls. The Alpha King and his curse, or the pack that raised you. I don't choose either of you, I say. I choose myself. Eleanor's smile falters. Kyle's face crumples. How noble, Eleanor recovers. The little wolf thinks she has a choice. She's marked by a king she didn't choose, hunted by a council she doesn't understand. Chad moves to the border, fingers on the invisible barrier. The wards scream. You didn't claim her out of love, Eleanor purrs. You claimed her out of desperation. She's not your mate. She's your medicine. My stomach hollows. Chad's silence is answer enough. Catherine, Kyle says, please, come home. I don't want to go back, I say. I want to understand what I am. And I want to decide for myself what happens next. The silver light pulses. Maybe I don't want to be free of him, I say. Maybe I want to stay and learn what the council is so desperate to stop. Eleanor stares, then smiles, terrifying. You'll regret this. When they come for you, when you realize you're not a wolf, you're a weapon. Kyle, we're leaving. Kyle hesitates. Catherine, go, I say, before I let Chad kill you. I'm sorry. For everything, He follows Eleanor into shadows. 2 days pass. I don't speak to Chad. Training begins. Warriors teach me to fight. I'm clumsy at first, but something shifts. My instincts sharpen. My feet find balance. Lorraine takes me to a circular chamber carved with glowing symbols. Sit. Close your eyes. Find the light inside you. I reach inward. At first, nothing. Then a flicker. Small, bright, silver light blooms behind my eyes. Now, pull it to the surface. I try. The light resists. You're thinking like a healer, Chad says from the doorway. Lunar wolves command. I remember the border. Silver exploding from my palms. Power flowing like a river. I reach for that feeling. The light surges. Hot. Wild. Hungry. I thrust my palm toward a stone pillar. Silver explodes. It slams into the stone, cracks spiderweb. The pillar shatters. I did that, I whisper. Yes, Lorraine says. You did. But Chad's expression is grim. Again. You need to do that without thinking. I shatter 2 more pillars before my legs give out. Chad catches me. That's enough. Your body needs time to adjust. That night, a scream splits the air. I run to the courtyard. A warrior lies collapsed, convulsing. Blood pools beneath him. His chest is torn open. Border patrol. Someone gasps. Something attacked. I drop beside him, press my hands to the wound, close my eyes, reach for the healing light. It comes but different. Silver instead of gold. Stronger. I push it into the wound, knitting flesh, mending bone. The warrior's breathing steadies, but something else happens. Pain floods into me sharp, vicious. Not my pain. His. I gasp but hold on. The wound closes. The warrior goes limp, unconscious but breathing. I slump backward, hands shaking. The pain pulses through my body. Chad kneels beside me. You're glowing. I look down. My hands are wrapped in silver light. And where I touch the warrior, my palms are stained with something dark. Shadow. Beverly whispers. What is that? Lorraine pushes through. She takes one look and goes pale. Get her inside. Now. Chad lifts me. The last thing I see is the moon rising. Full. Heavy. Hungry. The awakening isn't finished. I wake 3 days later. Lorraine is waiting. We need to talk. She leads me to the library. Ancient texts spread across a table. A pendant sits before her silver, shaped like a crescent moon, glowing faintly. This contains more than memories. It's a map. To other lunar wolves. I thought I was the last. You are. And you aren't. Some were captured, imprisoned, kept alive by the Shadow Council for experimentation. My blood runs cold. But there's more. She opens an ancient text. The first curse. The creature created to hunt lunar wolves. It's not just hunting, it's collecting. Every wolf it consumes becomes part of it. My stomach drops. So, all my ancestors are still alive inside it, aware, suffering, and it wants you, she continues, because you're the strongest lunar wolf born in centuries. Then we kill it. You can't kill it. The only way to stop it is to command it. But that requires full power, full awakening. She looks at me, which means becoming exactly what your ancestors were, a tyrant, a queen. No, Beverly says, there has to be another way. There isn't. Lorraine pulls out a scroll. A scout intercepted this, a summons from the Shadow Council to every pack. The lunar wolf has awakened. All packs must unite under council authority. Those who shelter the Silver Queen will be destroyed. They're declaring war, Chad says, entering. Not just on us, on anyone who might support you. How long? I ask. 2 weeks. I look at my hands, at the power humming beneath my skin. I don't want to be a tyrant. Then be something new, Chad says. A protector, someone who uses power to defend. Beverly stands. Let them fear you, because maybe if they're afraid enough, they'll think twice. She grabs my hands. You saved this fortress. You saved Chad. That's not tyranny. That's heroism. What if the power changes me? Then I'll remind you who you are. Every single day. I pull her into a hug. I need time to think. But time runs out fast. Kyle returns. Not as a lover, as a diplomat. I come on behalf of Shadow Creek. The Shadow Council is gathering forces. You can't fight them alone. We don't need allies. Chad replies. You will. Eleanor is planning something. She's meeting with council representatives tomorrow night at the old stone circle on the border. She invited me. Said they want to make me an offer. What kind of offer? The kind where I betray you. Again. In exchange for power. Silence. And you're telling us because? Chad demands. Because I'm not making that mistake twice. I study him. His eyes shadowed, hands shaking. He looks broken. If you're lying, I say, I will let Chad kill you. Kyle nods. Understood. If Eleanor really is meeting the council tomorrow night, we're going to that meeting. Chad's eyes narrow. Absolutely not. This is an opportunity, Lorraine says, to see who we're fighting. It's a trap. Maybe, I say. But I'm tired of waiting. Let's go to them. We approach the stone circle at dusk. Chad leads. I follow. Kyle brings up the rear, watched by warriors. The circle comes into view. Torches burn. Hooded figures move between stones, dark-robed, faces hidden. The Shadow Council. Chad raises a hand. We stop, crouching. 7, Chad murmurs, plus Eleanor. Eleanor stands at the center, blonde hair gleaming. Right on time, her voice carries. I was starting to think you wouldn't come. For a moment, I think she's talking to us. Then another figure steps from shadows. My blood turns to ice. Hello, daughter. A man emerges tall, silver-haired, eyes the same shade as mine. My father. But my father is dead. Has been for years. No. I breathe. Chad's hand finds my shoulder. Catherine, that's impossible. He's dead. Did he? Eleanor smiles. Or did he simply leave when he realized what you were? The man steps closer. Catherine, my little healer, look how you've grown. Rage explodes through me. Silver light erupts across my skin. Chad grabs my arm. Wait. I tear free and step into the clearing. Every hooded figure turns. Hello, father, I say, voice shaking with fury. Let's talk about why you're not dead. Catherine, get back here, Chad hisses. I ignore him. My father raises his hands. I know you have questions. Questions. You let me think you were dead. You let me grieve. You let me grow up alone. I had no choice. Everyone has a choice. Silver light crawls up my arms. You chose to leave. His expression cracks. I didn't abandon you. I was protecting you. From what? From them. He gestures to the hooded figures. The council found out about your bloodline when you were 10. They wanted to take you. Your mother and I refused. My breath catches. Mother knew? She suspected. She had the gift too. When she died, I thought it had skipped you, but your power started showing when you were 12. I knew it was only a matter of time before they noticed. So you faked your death. I drew their attention away. Bought you years of peace. That wasn't peace, I say quietly. That was loneliness. I'm sorry, but I'm asking you to trust me. One more time. Come with me. To the council, where you'll be safe. I stare at him, then I laugh. It's not a sane sound. Safe? The council wants to turn me into a weapon. They want to help you. At least he was honest about it. I snap, gesturing to where Chad hides. One of the hooded figures steps forward. The girl is more spirited than reported. She's untrained, wild, dangerous. She's perfect. The way they talk about me like an object makes my skin crawl. I'm not going anywhere with you. Eleanor steps forward. Catherine, you have two choices. Come willingly, or we take you by force. The hooded figures shift, forming a circle. Magic crackles dark, oily, wrong. From the shadows, movement. Chad and his warriors, getting into position. Last chance, little wolf. Eleanor purrs. I look at my father. His eyes are the same, but everything else? Changed. Harder. I choose to show you what happens when you threaten a lunar wolf. Silver explodes from my skin. Raw, wild, furious. The force throws Eleanor backward. The hooded figures stumble, raising shields. Now! Chad roars. He bursts from the trees. Warriors at his back. Wolf form massive. The clearing erupts. Chad crashes into hooded figures. His warriors engage others. Eleanor throws up a shield. Purple magic crackling. Foolish girl. I thrust my hand forward. Silver light spears toward her shield. It holds barely. Impossible. You shouldn't be this strong. I'm full of surprises. I push harder. The shield cracks. Eleanor screams. Dark magic erupts from the ground, twisting toward me. I try to dodge. Too slow. The shadow wraps around my ankle, burning cold. Catherine! Kyle appears, human form, knife in hand. He slashes at the shadow. It recoils. What are you doing? Eleanor shrieks. You're supposed to be on our side. I was never on your side. Kyle snarls. If stories like this speak to you, subscribe, so we don't lose each other in the noise. He offers me his hand. I stare at it, the hand that let me go. That chose Eleanor. Please, let me help. I take his hand. He pulls me up. Don't make me regret this. I won't. Together, we turn toward Eleanor. Silver and gold light mine and Kyle's spiral together. We attack as one. Eleanor's shield shatters. She goes flying. When she tries to rise, Chad is there. Half shifted, claws at her throat. Move and you die. Across the clearing, the hooded figures are down or fleeing. Only my father remains. Catherine, he says quietly, this doesn't have to end badly. Come with me, please. I walk toward him. Kyle stays at my side. Tell me the truth. Did you ever love me? Or was I always just a bloodline? His face crumples. Of course I loved you. I love you still. Then let me go. Stop trying to control my fate. He's silent. Then he reaches into his robes and pulls out something wrapped in cloth. Your mother wanted you to have this. He holds it out. I take it, unwrap it. A pendant silver, crescent moon, glowing faintly. What is it? A key. To the truth about what we are. What lunar wolves really were. My fingers close around it. What truth? We weren't healers, Catherine. We were hunters, guardians. We didn't serve the packs, we ruled them. The words sink into my bones. That's why the council fears you. Not because you can heal, because you can command. Every wolf must obey. Every bond you forge cannot be broken. He stops, looks past me. Horror crosses his face. Run, he whispers. I spin. The shadows between stones are moving, gathering. Dark magic older than anything I've felt rises like a tide. What is that? Something they weren't supposed to wake, my father says. Catherine, you have to leave. Now. The shadows explode. A figure steps through, tall, ancient, wrapped in darkness so complete it hurts to look at. When it speaks, the voice is layered, wrong. The lunar child, finally awake. My blood turns to ice. Chad releases Eleanor, shifting fully, placing himself between me and the thing. What is it? The first curse, my father says, voice shaking. The reason lunar wolves were hunted to extinction. The shadow figure laughs. Fight? You were made to feed me, little moon. Your power, your light, all of it mine. It moves. Too fast. It swats Chad aside. He crashes into a stone. No, I scream. Power erupts from me, silver light, pure and blazing. It slams into the creature. The creature staggers, then laughs. Yes, more. Give me more. Horror floods through me. It's not hurt. It's feeding. Catherine, stop, my father shouts. Your light only makes it stronger, but I can't stop. The power pours out, drawn toward the creature. Catherine! Kyle grabs my shoulders. The creature reaches for me. My father throws himself between us. The shadow's hand pierces his chest. He gasps. Blood black, not red, spills from his lips. No. Run, he chokes. Catherine, run. The creature lifts him, then tosses him aside. He hits the ground, doesn't move. Father! I scream. The creature turns. Now, the awakening continues. It lunges. Chad bleeding, limping, throws himself at it again. The creature grabs Chad by the throat. Your Kurzbeer cannot save you. It starts to squeeze. Chad's eyes meet mine, gold and blue, blazing with something that might be fear. The bond screams. And I realize, if Chad dies, part of me dies too. Not because of the forced bond, because somewhere through the anger and betrayal, I started to care. Let him go, I roar. Silver light explodes from me, not wild, controlled, shaped, weaponized. I thrust both hands forward. The light doesn't feed the creature. It commands it. Release him. The words echo with power that doesn't feel like mine. Older, deeper, ancient. The creature shudders. Its grip loosens. Chad drops, gasping. Impossible, the creature hisses. You cannot. I said release him. I repeat, voice layered with something that makes the stones tremble. The creature's form wavers. Then it laughs, but there's uncertainty. The lunar voice. So, you are truly awake. It steps back. We will meet again, daughter of tyrants, when you understand what you really are. The shadows collapse. The creature vanishes. Silence crashes over the clearing. I stand there, hands glowing, breathing hard. Then my legs give out. Kyle catches me, but I'm not looking at him. I'm looking at my father. He lies crumpled, chest torn open, black blood pooling beneath him. I crawl to him. His eyes flutter open. Catherine, my girl, don't talk. I can heal you. No. Too late. But I got to see you. One last time. Got to see. How strong. Father, please. The pendant, he whispers. Use it. Find the truth. Become what we should have been. His eyes glaze. His hand goes limp. My father, who I mourned once, who came back only to leave again, dies. For real this time. I don't scream. I don't cry. I just kneel there, holding his cooling hand, while silver light dies beneath my skin. Chad limps over, human form now, blood streaking his ribs. Catherine, I look up. What did he mean? Daughter of tyrants? Lorraine appears at the edge of the clearing, staff blazing. He meant that lunar wolves weren't the heroes history claims. We were the monsters everyone feared, the apex predators, the ones who ruled through power, not peace. She kneels beside me. Your ancestors didn't heal packs, child. They conquered them. I stare at her. At the pendant. At my father's body. Then what does that make me? The last of a bloodline that nearly destroyed the world, she says. And possibly the only thing that can save it. She offers her hand. I take it. Rise. Kyle watches with awe. Eleanor, still pinned, stares with naked fear. And Chad looks at me like he's seeing me for the first time. Not a cure. Not a tool. A queen. We need to leave, Lorraine says, before the council sends reinforcements. I nod. But before we go, I turn back to my father's body. I'm sorry. For whatever our ancestors did. For whatever I'm going to become. Then I turn away. Walk toward the trees. The pendant burns cold against my palm. We don't speak on the journey back. I make it to my room, close the door, and finally let myself break. The pendant sits on my palm, glowing. A key, my father said. To the truth. My fingers find the clasp. I put it on. The moment the metal touches my skin, the world explodes. Visions slam into me. Ancient wolves, silver and terrible, ruling from thrones of bone. Packs bowing in fear. Power flowing like rivers, bending reality, breaking minds. A woman, silver hair, eyes like mine, standing over a battlefield of the dead. She turns, looks directly at me, smiles. "Hello, daughter. Welcome to your inheritance." She shows me what lunar wolves really were. Hunters, not healers. A lunar wolf commanding an army. Kneel. And they do. Every wolf, every alpha, brought to his knees by a single word. Another vision, a different ancestor, shattering a wolf's mind, rewriting his loyalty, making him a puppet. Packs conquered through bonds, forced bonds, dozens of them, webbing out like a spider's net, every thread a stolen choice. The power to forge bonds wasn't a gift. It was a weapon. "Stop," I gasp. "Please stop." But the pendant doesn't listen. The wars, the rebellions, the desperate packs uniting against the lunar tyrants, and the first curse not created by evil, but by the wolves themselves. A desperate weapon, forged in blood, designed to consume what cannot be controlled. The lunar wolves nearly won anyway, but the curse was patient. It learned, it hunted. One by one, it fed on them until only scattered survivors remained, hiding their bloodlines, pretending to be healers. The final vision, the woman with silver hair, standing alone, the curse circling her. "I am not afraid of you." The curse laughing. "You should be. You made me." Then it lunges. She fights, power exploding, reality bending. But the curse feeds on every attack, grows stronger with every command, until finally, exhausted, bleeding light, she falls. "Sleep now, tyrant. Your time is done." Then it turns, looks through time, directly at me, but yours is just beginning. I scream. The pendant burns. I rip it off, throwing it across the room. The visions stop. I'm on the floor, gasping, shaking. The door bursts open. Beverly and Chad pour in. "What happened?" Beverly demands. I can't answer. Can't breathe. Chad kneels beside me. "Catherine, look at me." I do. His mismatched eyes anchor me. "Breathe, in, out, with me." I follow his rhythm. "The pendant," I rasp. "It showed me everything." "What did you see?" Lorraine appears in the doorway. I look at them. We were monsters, my ancestors. They conquered packs, forced bonds, made weapons out of loyalty. They ruled through fear. I saw it. I could forge bonds with every wolf in this fortress right now, make them worship me, die for me. "But you won't," Beverly interrupts. I stare at her. "You won't, because you're not them. You choose differently. How can you possibly know what I'll choose when the power gets stronger?" "Because I know you," Beverly says. "And you'd rather die than become what they were." The words hit something deep. True, but also terrifying. "The pendant," Lorraine says, picking it up. "Lunar memory stone, compressed history." She looks at me. "Now you know what you come from. The question is, what will you become?" Before I can answer, a horn blares outside. Long, urgent, warning. Chad's head snaps up. That's the Southern Watch. An explosion cuts him off. The fortress shakes. Dust rains from the ceiling. Shouts echo, warriors mobilizing, weapons drawn. Chad is already moving. "They're here." "Who?" Beverly asks. "The Shadow Council," Lorraine says. "They're attacking now." Another explosion rocks the fortress. "How did they get through the wards?" I demand. They didn't. A warrior appears, bloodied. They broke them. Coordinated strikes. Someone gave them the ward patterns. "Eleanor," Chad snarls. "She's with them, leading the assault. And she brought friends." "How many?" "All of them. Every pack the council controls. Maybe 200 wolves." 200. Against Chad's 50. "We can't win this," Kyle says quietly. Chad rounds on him. "Then leave." "I'm not leaving. I'm being realistic. We're outnumbered." "Then we make them regret those odds," Chad growls. He strides to the window. I follow. The southern wall is breached. Smoke pours through the gap. Wolves more than I've ever seen pour through like a flood. Chad's warriors meet them, fighting desperately, but they're being pushed back. "We need to evacuate," Lorraine says. "There's no time," the warrior interrupts. "They've surrounded us. Every exit is blocked." "Then we make a stand," Chad says. He turns to me. "Catherine, I need you to do something." "What?" "Use your power. Command them. Make them stop." My stomach drops. "I can't. You can. I saw what you did to the curse. Do that to the Council's forces. That's exactly what my ancestors did. Force loyalty. Become the tyrant everyone fears. It's also the only way we survive the next hour," Chad says bluntly. "There has to be another way," Beverly says. "There isn't," Lorraine says quietly. "Either Catherine uses her power, or we all die." I look at the pendant, at my glowing hands, at the battle raging below. I won't become what they were. "Then we fight," Chad says. "And we die on our feet." "Wait," I catch his arm. "There might be another way. The bond accelerates my power, right?" "Yes. And the curse feeds through you. What if we use that? Unleash it. Let it feed on the attackers instead of us." Horror crosses Chad's face. "Absolutely not." "Why?" "Because I won't be able to control it. If I let the curse fully out, it won't distinguish between enemy and ally. It'll kill everyone, including you." "Not if I anchor you." "You don't know that." "No, but I know sitting here arguing while your people die is worse." Another explosion. Screams from below. Chad stares at me. "If I do this and I can't stop if the curse takes over, you have to kill me." My breath catches. "Chad, promise me. If I become a threat, you use your power. You command me to stop. Permanently." Tears burn my eyes. "I promise." He nods. Lorraine raises her staff. Silver light pours from it, wrapping around us, forming a circle. Wards. They won't hold the curse forever, but they might give you seconds to regain control. "Thank you," I say. She looks at me with pride. "You're braver than your ancestors. Stupider too, but braver." Then she leaves. It's just us now, Chad and me, the bond thrumming, the curse writhing beneath his skin. "Are you sure about this?" "No, but I'm doing it anyway." He almost smiles. "You're going to make a terrifying queen someday." "I'm not." "You are, whether you want to be or not." He starts to shift. I feel it through the bond bones breaking, reforming, but this time, he doesn't stop it. He lets it come. The curse surges, black veins spreading across his body. His eyes blaze one blue, one gold, both feral and hungry. When he speaks, his voice is layered. Mine. The curse recognizes me, wants me, needs me. I lift my hands, silver light blazing. "Not yet. First, we have a war to win." Then I open the bond completely. Power floods between us, mine into him, his into me, the curse feeding on both, growing massive and terrible. Chad's shift completes. But this isn't the white wolf I saw in the forest. This is something else. Bigger, darker, veins of black running through white fur, eyes blazing with cursed light. He throws back his head and roars. The sound shatters windows, shakes the fortress. Outside, the Shadow Council's forces freeze. Because they feel it. The curse, the lunar wolf, both fully awake, both furious. Chad launches through the window. I follow. We hit the courtyard together, wolf and woman. Curse and power, destruction made beautiful. The enemy wolves scatter, but not fast enough. Chad tears through them like paper. The curse amplifies everything, his speed, his strength, his rage. He's magnificent. He's horrifying. And I can feel him slipping away from himself with every kill. "Chad!" I scream. "Stay with me." He doesn't hear. The curse is winning. If stories like this speak to you, subscribe, so we don't lose each other in the noise. I push power through the bond, silver light trying to anchor him. It works for a moment. He pauses, head swinging toward me. Recognition flashes. Then an arrow slams into his shoulder. He roars, turns. 20 wolves charge him at once. No. I thrust out my hand. Stop. The command rings with power. Lunar power. Ancient power. The charging wolves freeze mid-step, unable to move, unable to disobey. Horror floods through me. I did it. I commanded them. Just like the tyrants. Catherine, behind you. Kyle's voice. I spin. Eleanor stands 10 feet away, hands glowing with dark magic. Nicely done. Finally embracing what you are. I'm nothing like you. I snarl. No, you're worse. At least I chose this path. You're just a monster trying to pretend you're not. She throws her magic. I raise a shield instinct, not training. Silver light erupts, deflecting the attack. Impossible. You shouldn't be this strong. Surprise. I attack. Not with magic, with steel. The dagger Chad gave me flashes. Eleanor barely dodges, stumbling backward. You want me. Come and get me. She scrambles away, fear naked on her face. A roar cuts through the night. Chad. I turn. He's surrounded. 30 wolves, coordinated, bringing him down. And he's losing. The curse is burning through him too fast. Black veins cover his entire body. His movements slower. He's dying. Chad! I scream. I run. Eleanor forgotten. Everything forgotten. Except the bond screaming that my mate, forced or not, is about to fall. I slam into the fight. Silver light exploding. The wolves scatter. I drop beside Chad, his massive form shaking, breathing ragged. One eye swollen shut, blood matting his fur. No, no, no. Stay with me, please. He shifts back to human. It's worse. The black veins have reached his heart. I can see them pulsing, spreading. Catherine, he rasps. The curse can't hold it. Then don't. Let me. You can't. Watch me. I open myself completely. Not just the bond. Everything. Every wall I've built. Every fear I've held. Every piece of power I've been too afraid to touch. I let it all go. And I pull. The curse screams. It doesn't want to leave Chad. He's been its host for years. But I pull harder. Silver light floods through the bond, wrapping around the black veins and yanking. Chad convulses. His back arches. His scream tears through the night. I'm sorry, I sob. I'm sorry. The curse rips free. It pours into me like liquid shadow, burning cold and hungry. I gasp. Fall backward. Land hard on stone. The curse writhes inside me, fighting, trying to consume. No, I snarl. I am a lunar wolf, daughter of tyrants, last of a bloodline that conquered armies. And this curse? This curse is mine now. I shape it, mold it, command it. The black veins appear on my arms, but they don't spread. They settle, form patterns, beautiful, terrible. The curse stops fighting. It kneels. I rise slowly. The battlefield has gone silent. Everyone staring. At me. At the black and silver light wrapped around my body like armor. At the power radiating from me. Listen carefully, I say. My voice echoes with command that cannot be denied. The Shadow Council came here for a lunar wolf. You wanted a weapon, a tool, something to control. I spread my arms. Black veins and silver light spiral together. Here I am. The enemy wolves step back. But I don't belong to you. I don't belong to anyone. Not the council. Not the packs. Not even fate itself. I look at Eleanor, cowering behind her forces. Tell your masters. Tell them the lunar wolf is awake. Tell them she remembers what her ancestors did. Tell them she chooses differently. I step forward. Every wolf retreats. Tell them that if they come for me again, I won't just defend myself. The curse pulses. The silver light blazes. I'll remind the world why lunar wolves were feared. Silence. Then the Shadow Council's forces break. They run, all of them, scrambling over each other to escape. Eleanor stumbles after them, casting one last look of pure terror over her shoulder. In less than a minute, the courtyard is empty. Just bodies, Silence. And me, standing in the center, glowing like a fallen star. Chad crawls toward me, human again, the curse gone from his body. "Catherine," he whispers. I turn, look down at him, at this man who bit me without asking, who forced a bond, who used me, who also trusted me, protected me, believed I could be more. "It's gone," he says, touching his chest where the veins used to be. "The curse, you took it." "Yes." My voice still echoes with power. "Why?" I kneel beside him, touch his face. The bond thrums between us different now. Changed, no longer forced, chosen, by both of us. Because I'm done letting other people write my story. Then the world tilts, the power drains. I collapse into his arms, and darkness takes me. I wake to silver light. The moons. I'm in my room. My body aches. Not pain, just weight. I lift my hand. Black veins spiral up my arm in elegant patterns, pulsing with each heartbeat. The curse, living inside me now. "You're awake." Chad sits beside the bed. The curse is gone from him, his skin clear, eyes brighter. He looks free. "How long?" 3 days. "You've been unconscious since the battle." I push myself up. The movement sends black and silver light rippling beneath my skin. "Does it hurt?" "No. It feels calm. For now," he says. "Lorraine says it will wake again. The curse doesn't die. It waits. Then I'll learn to control it." Silence stretches. The bond hums different now. No longer forced. Something we both chose in the moment it mattered most. "The fortress?" I ask, rebuilding. Casualties were lighter than expected. 37 wounded, 12 dead. His jaw tightens. Could have been worse. Because I commanded the council's forces to stop. Yes. The admission sits heavy. I became what they feared. A tyrant who bends wolves to her will. "You saved lives," Chad corrects. "There's a difference." "Is there?" I look at my hands, silver and black, power and curse, intertwined. I took their choice, made them obey. You also let them go. Your ancestors would have enslaved them. You commanded them to stop, then released them. That's not tyranny, that's mercy. I want to believe him. "Where's Beverly?" "With Kyle. He stayed, helped with the wounded, fought beside us. And Eleanor?" "Gone. Fled with the council's forces. But they're regrouping. They'll come back." "I know." "Catherine." He leans forward. "What you did taking the curse, you could have died. But I didn't." "No." His gaze drops to the black veins. "You conquered it, bent it to your will. Are you afraid of me now?" He's silent. Then, "Yes, but not the way you think." "Then how?" "I'm afraid of what you'll become. Not because you'll hurt me, but because you won't need me anymore." The vulnerability catches me off guard. "The bond is different now," he interrupts. "I feel it. You chose to save me, chose to take the curse. That changed something fundamental." He swallows. "But you could still leave, break it. Find someone who didn't force themselves on you." Kyle. The unspoken name. "Is that what you want?" "What I want," Chad says slowly, "is for you to be free, to choose your own path, even if that path leads away from me." Something in me cracks. This man, this alpha king who took my choice, who bit me without asking, who used me for his curse, is now offering me the one thing he stole, freedom. "What about the bond?" Lorraine said it can't be broken. It can be managed. Distance, time. Eventually, it would fade to nothing more than a whisper. "And your curse? Without me, it's gone. Completely. You didn't just take it from me. You ended it." He touches his chest, wonder in his voice. "I'm free. For the first time in my life, I'm free." Tears burn behind my eyes. I saved him. Actually saved him. Not by being his cure, by becoming his equal. "So you don't need me anymore." "No, I don't need you." The words should hurt. They don't. Because what comes next matters more. "But I want you," he says quietly. "Not for what you can fix. Not for your power. Just you. The woman who faced down a shadow creature, who absorbed a curse to save wolves she barely knows, who chose mercy when she could have chosen dominance. He stands, moves closer, stops just within reach. If you want to leave, I won't stop you. If you want to try again with Kyle, I'll let you go. And if you want to walk away from both of us and forge your own path, his voice cracks slightly, I'll wish you well. And if I want to stay? I whisper. His eyes blaze. Then I'll spend every day proving I'm worth the choice. My heart pounds. The bond thrums. And for the first time since this nightmare began, I feel something that isn't anger or fear or confusion. Hope. But before I can answer, the door bursts open. Beverly rushes in, Kyle close behind. You're awake. Beverly throws herself at me. Oh, thank the moon. I'm fine. I'm okay. She pulls away, examining my face. Her eyes catch on the black veins. She pales. Kathy, what did you do? What I had to. Kyle steps forward carefully. Catherine, I'm glad you're... He stops, swallows. I heard what you did. Taking the curse, commanding the council's forces. You were incredible. Thank you for staying. For fighting with us. It was the least I could do. His hands curl into fists. After everything He can't finish. Beverly squeezes my hand. Lorraine wants to see you. Says it's urgent. I sigh and stand. The movement sends power rippling through me, silver and black, light and shadow, perfectly balanced. Chad catches my arm when I sway. Easy. I'm fine. You're not. But you're too stubborn to admit it. Despite everything, I smile. You're learning. Lorraine waits in the library. The pendant sits on the table, glowing faintly. Good. You're mobile. What's wrong? Everything. She taps the pendant. This contains more than just memories. It's a key, yes, but also a map. To what? Chad asks. To the other lunar wolves. Silence crashes over the room. I thought I was the last. I whisper. You are, and you aren't. The bloodline scattered. Some died, some hid, and some, she hesitates. Some were captured, imprisoned, kept alive by the Shadow Council for experimentation. My blood runs cold. How many? We don't know, but the pendant shows locations, places where lunar power still pulses. She looks at me. You could find them, free them, or walk into a trap, Kyle says. Probably. But if we don't act, those wolves die in cages, and their power becomes weapons for the council. The choice sits before me. There's more. She opens an ancient text. The first curse. It's not just hunting lunar wolves. It's collecting them. Every wolf it consumes becomes part of it. Their power, their memories, everything. My stomach drops. So all my ancestors are still alive inside it, aware, suffering, feeding its strength. Horror floods through me. And it wants you because you're the strongest lunar wolf born in centuries. If it consumes you and the curse you now carry, nothing will be able to stop it. Then we kill it, Chad says. You can't kill it. The only way to stop it is to command it. Like you did at the border. But that was temporary, Lorraine says. To truly control it, to make it serve rather than consume, you would need to be at full strength, full awakening, full power. Which means, I ask, though I already know, which means becoming exactly what your ancestors were. Not a healer, not a warrior, a tyrant, a queen, a force that can bend reality itself. The words hang in the air. Everything I've been fighting against. No, Beverly says. There has to be another way. There isn't. Not if we want to survive what's coming. What is coming? Kyle demands. Lorraine pulls out a scroll. A summons from the Shadow Council to every pack in the territories. She reads, the lunar wolf has awakened. The ancient threat has returned. All packs must unite under council authority for the coming purge. Those who shelter the Silver Queen will be destroyed. Those who bring her to justice will be rewarded. They're declaring war, Chad says. Not just on us. on anyone who might support Catherine. How long do we have? 2 weeks, maybe less. Every pack will have to choose stand with the council, or stand with you. They'll choose the council, Kyle says. Some will, Chad argues. The northern packs, the border clans, wolves who've suffered under council rule. Maybe. But it won't be enough. Not against the full might of the council. She turns to me. You have a choice, Catherine. You can run, disappear, hide your power and live in the shadows like your ancestors did. Or you embrace what you are, become the Silver Queen they fear. Unite the packs under your banner. Show the council that lunar wolves aren't weapons to be controlled, they're forces to be reckoned with. That's insane, Beverly says. She's one person with the power to command armies. One person who conquered a curse thought to be unstoppable. One person who made the Shadow Council's forces flee in terror. She leans forward. The council is right to fear you, Catherine. The question is, will you prove them right, or will you prove them wrong? I look at my hands, at the black veins spiraling up my arms, at the silver light pulsing beneath my skin. All my life, I've been told what I am: healer, mate, tool, cure, weapon, but I've never been asked what I want to be. I don't want to be a tyrant, I say quietly. Then don't be, Chad says. Be something new, something the world hasn't seen. Like what? A protector, a shield, someone who uses power to defend rather than conquer. The council won't care about my intentions. They'll only see the threat. Let them, Beverly says suddenly. We all turn. She stands, chin lifted, eyes blazing. Let them see the threat. Let them fear you. Because maybe, just maybe, if they're afraid enough, they'll think twice before coming after innocent wolves. Beverly. No, she interrupts. I've watched you struggle with this since the pendant showed you what your ancestors were. I've watched you hate yourself for having power. But power isn't evil, Kathy. It's what you do with it that matters. She grabs my hands. You saved this fortress. You saved Chad. You saved wolves you didn't even know. That's not tyranny. That's heroism. Tears burn my eyes. What if I become what they were? What if the power changes me? Then I'll remind you who you are, Beverly says fiercely. Every single day. That's what best friends do. I pull her into a hug. When I release her, I turn to the others. I need time. To think. To decide. You don't have time, Lorraine says. The council can wait one more night, I interrupt. If they're giving us 2 weeks, I can take 12 hours. Lorraine studies me, then nods. As you wish. I stand. Catherine, Kyle says. Whatever you decide, I'll stand with you. I know I don't deserve your trust, but I want to earn it back. I look at him. At this boy who broke my heart, who threw me away, who's spent weeks trying to fix a mistake he can never undo. I don't know if we can go back, I say honestly. Pain crosses his face. I know, but maybe we can go forward, as allies, as friends, if you're willing to earn that. Hope blooms in his eyes. I am. I swear it. I nod. Then I turn to Chad. Our eyes meet. The bond hums between us, complicated, messy, built on lies that became truth. Walk with me? I ask. He nods. We climb to the highest tower of the fortress. The moon hangs fat and silver overhead, painting the world in shades of pearl. Chad stands at the edge, looking out over his territory. It's beautiful, I say, joining him. It is. I never appreciated it before. Always too focused on the curse, on surviving. And now I see it clearly. He turns to me. Because of you, Chad. About the bond. You don't owe me anything. I forced it. I took your choice. You saved my life anyway. We're even. Are we? He's quiet. I don't know, but I meant what I said. If you want to leave, I'll let you go. I step closer. And if I don't want to leave? His breath catches. Then I'll thank whatever fate brought you to my territory, even if I had to steal you to keep you. Despite everything, I smile. You're terrible at romance. I know. I'm working on it. We stand there, close enough to touch, the bond pulling us together. I'm afraid, I admit, of what I'm becoming, of the power, of the choices ahead. So am I, but I'd rather be afraid with you than safe without you. The words settle something in me. I can't promise I won't leave. Can't promise I won't choose differently tomorrow. I know. And I'm not asking for promises, just a chance to see where this goes, without force, without manipulation, just two people deciding if they want to try. I look at him, at this king who's learning to be human, at the man behind the curse, at someone who finally sees me as more than a tool. Okay, I whisper. Okay, let's try. No promises, no expectations, just try. Relief floods his face. He reaches for my hand slowly, giving me time to pull away. I don't. Our fingers intertwine. Silver and black light spiral together where we touch my power, his former curse, perfectly balanced. We're a mess, I say. We are. But we're a magnificent mess. I laugh. Actually laugh. For the first time in weeks, the weight lifts. Not gone, just bearable. We stand there until dawn threatens the horizon. Then Chad speaks. Whatever you decide tomorrow about the council, the other lunar wolves, your path forward, I'll support it. Even if it means war. Even if it means losing you. I squeeze his hand. You're not going to lose me. How do you know? Because I'm tired of running. Tired of being afraid. Tired of letting other people define who I am. I turn to face him fully. Tomorrow, I'm going to make a choice. Not because I'm forced to. Not because I'm desperate. But because it's what I want. And what do you want? I look out over the fortress. At the wolves below, rebuilding what was broken. At the territories stretching endlessly. At the moon watching over it all. I want to find the other lunar wolves. Free them. Give them the choice I never had. The council will try to stop you, Chad warns. Let them try. This means war. I know. You could die. I know that too. I meet his eyes. But I'd rather die trying to save wolves who deserve freedom than live safely while they suffer. Pride shines in his gaze. You're going to change the world. Maybe. Or maybe I'll just break it trying. Either way, he says, I'm with you. The bond flares. Not forced this time. Chosen. By both of us. Then let's break the world together, I say. The next morning, I stand before the gathered wolves of the Northern Territories. Chad at my right, Beverly at my left, Kyle and Lorraine behind me, and in my hand, my father's pendant, glowing bright and fierce. The Shadow Council has declared war, I say. My voice carries across the courtyard, amplified by power I'm finally learning to control. They've given every pack a choice, stand with them or stand with me. Murmurs ripple through the crowd. I won't force anyone to fight. Won't command your loyalty. Won't steal your choice the way my ancestors did. I lift the pendant. But I am going to find the other lunar wolves. I'm going to free them. And I'm going to show the Shadow Council that we're not weapons to be controlled. Silver light blazes from the pendant, painting everyone in shades of moonlight. If you want to stand with me, not because you have to, but because you choose to, then come. Help me build something new, something better than what came before. I lower the pendant, and if you don't, then go. Leave now, with my blessing, because I won't hold anyone against their will. Silence. Then one warrior steps forward, kneels. I stand with the Silver Queen. Another joins him, then another, and another, until half the courtyard is on their knees. Not forced, not commanded, choosing. Tears burn my eyes. Chad's hand finds mine. You did it. You gave them a choice. And they chose you. I look at the wolves kneeling before me. At Beverly, grinning through tears. At Kyle, hope naked on his face. At Lorraine, pride shining in her ancient eyes. And at Chad, this king who's learning to be more. No, I say. They chose freedom. I'm just the one offering it. I raise my voice again. Rise. They stand. We leave at dawn. Prepare yourselves. Pack light. Fight hard. And remember, we're not conquerors. We're liberators. The crowd disperses, buzzing with energy and purpose. Beverly hugs me fiercely. You're really doing this. I am. Then I'm coming with you. Beverly, don't even try to stop me. You're my best friend. Where you go, I go. I hug her back. It's just me and Chad now. Last chance to change your mind, he says. About which part? All of it. The quest, the war, me. I turn to face him. I'm not changing my mind. About any of it. He cups my face, thumb brushing my cheek. Then let's burn the world down and build something better from the ashes. Together? Together. He leans in. I meet him halfway. Our lips touch, and the world ignites. Silver and black light explodes around us, spiraling together, the bond flaring bright enough to rival the moon. When we pull apart, both breathing hard, I see it in his eyes. Not possession, not need. Choice. We chose this, both of us. And whatever comes next, war, curse, destiny, we'll face it together. As equals, as partners, as two broken people choosing to be whole. The moon watches as we ride out at dawn. 50 wolves, 2 former mates, 1 best friend, and me. The Silver Queen, the Lunar Wolf, the girl who was rejected, claimed, broken, and rebuilt. Behind us, the Northern Territories. Ahead, the unknown. And somewhere in the shadows, watching, waiting, the first curse stirs. It feels me moving, feels the other lunar wolves waking at my call, feels the power rising like a tide, and it laughs, because it knows what I'm becoming, what I have to become to win, the very thing the world fears most. But as we ride toward war, toward freedom, toward fate, I make one final promise to myself. I will save the lunar wolves. I will face the Shadow Council. I will command the first curse. And I will do it without becoming the monster everyone expects, or I'll die trying. The moon dims behind clouds, and I realize the darkness isn't coming. It's already inside me. The question is whether I'll master it, or let it master me. Thank you for watching, and for giving this story your time and attention. If moments like this stayed with you, if you enjoy romance that's emotional, slow, and meaningful, I'd love for you to subscribe. That way, these stories can continue, and I can keep writing for listeners who truly feel them.